Welcome back, everybody. So we're gonna be making a video here today, a very special video, something near and dear to my heart in this channel, for one of the best settlements in this game. It's how to rebuild the castle walls. So this is an important turning point in the game, is whenever you get to the castle, because this kind of, for most people, I'm sure this kind of becomes the main settlement, the one where you want to be, you know, because it's like the best layout. I don't know, there's so many pros about this place, I could go on for hours. There's a very big problem when you first get here. There's giant, massive gaping holes in the walls. Don't look for a joke in that sentence. And just like I did when I first got here, my first thought was, how the hell do I fix these walls? And my original answer to that question was with the shack foundations that have like the concrete sidings on them. That did serve well for so long, but since then there's been the DLCs and everything that come out, and they've added extra stuff to build with. And I'm not gonna lie, here's some better options, and you can already see behind me what I'm talking about. Alright, so as you can see here, we have our castle walls, and they are beautiful. Okay, I didn't get these too flush. I am definitely going to end up doing a better job with these. I just wanted to get this put together for the video. This corner has always been a bit of a problem child. There's not really a corner piece or anything you could put in here, so I kind of leave it open. We'll add some stairs or something right here, just so that way you can get up and down easily without having to go all around the rubble. But as you can see, we have our walls all filled in and everything, and nothing from the outside can really get through here. But we have some changes over here on our entrance. So on this wall right here, we have a little bit of a change. As you can tell, we have this giant warehouse that's attached and kind of goes through the wall itself. And the reason for this is because I like to claim this one as the entrance for the castle build. And the reason why that is because this wall faces downtown Boston. And normally when I leave the castle to go exploring, I do end up leaving out this way and heading into the town over here. So from the proverbial front of the castle, this is what you would see if you end up building this warehouse. If not, you'll just have a blank wall, but you know, I prefer to have this as my entrance just because, again, like I said, ease of access. So this is what we have right here. And let me go ahead and show you the inside of that warehouse. So as you can see, when we're in the courtyard and we're facing the warehouse and everything, we have our scaffolding ramps right down here. Towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys how to make sure to get everything, like all the intricacies of this build, how to get everything lined up, you know, the right way, make sure everything snaps into place. But inside the warehouse here, as you can see, there's a bunch of space and everything we can work with. So what's the point of this warehouse? This is where I want to store my fusion generator or two. Whenever I do end up creating those, I just still have to level up a little bit more. And then also we can probably put some power armor, workstations and everything in here. And we have a giant garage door over here on the back side. I haven't built the ramps for that just yet, but we'll be able to power that switch and everything and get in and out of here just by opening the garage door. But if you also want to go up to the second level of the castle, I also built these stairs over here in the corner. So you can go up here, go up this way, head up here over the little tiny bridge that goes to the top of the warehouse. And as you can see, you're back up on the walls. So you still get the function of having walls in your settlement and everything for the castle, but with this you also get a very nice functional warehouse, because as you can know, building anything big here is kind of a challenge just because of, well, the nature of the settlement. There's walls everywhere. You don't really need to build anything. You can just kind of occupy the space, but I wanted to add a building here so that way we can have some extra space to build with. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, a blank slate. A not so very pretty take on the castle. It's time to fix this place. So we're going to start with the more difficult side, because there's some very particular stuff you have to do to ensure that everything fits right, and I'll explain everything as we get over here. So we're going to go ahead, go into our build menu, and I'm going to show you guys some different options and everything for how to rebuild these walls. So originally, when I first made this video, we went to structures, wood, and from wood we went to floors, and we went over to shack foundation, and we used this to originally repair the walls. Now, while these were great for building, there has since been better options that have come out. So the videos that I've uploaded in the past, they have actually become a little outdated. So it's time to remake it, and I'm gonna show you guys a better way. So we'll place one of these down just so I can give you an example here. So that's the shack foundation. There was also another type of building block added in one of the DLCs. You have concrete, and you can go over to concrete floors, and you can also use the concrete foundation. Now these look good as well. They're about the same color. They have some really interesting texture on them. Honestly, it's a personal preference type of thing. If you like this block more, use it. If you don't, don't. Now, these both have the same height. You can't really tell from this perspective, but if we bring this over here and snap this on the outside, you'll see these do have the same height. Now, why is that important? Because this brings us to the warehouse and barn structures. Now, these share the same kind of flooring for the foundation. So you have the first one here, which is this giant concrete looking block that with all the bricks and everything, it looks like a bunch of cinder blocks stacked on top of each other. This is the kind that we want to use. Not specifically the barn one though, because I mean, even though it works, you'll see we put it in there, and now it does have a higher, like it is taller, which is good. This block being taller means that we can fill in more of the gaps with it. But we're not using the barn one. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go to warehouse, and we're gonna end up using this one, the warehouse floor. They have the same texture on top as the barn one. I'll even put them side by side. What's the difference? They're both called floors, and they blend right in with each other. Now, we're gonna go ahead and scrap this one, scrap this one, and scrap this one. We're gonna store that away. Okay, so we're gonna start over here in the western corner of the castle, and this is where we're gonna start building our wall, just because if you are gonna follow the warehouse build that I did, you're going to want to make sure you get some of these things exactly lined up the right way, or else the build will absolutely not work. So the first step is going to be, we're going to go in our structures over here. We're going to scroll over to warehouse. Going to go ahead and grab our warehouse floors, and the first thing in here will be this giant foundation like this. Go ahead and grab this. We're going to place it down. Now again, we got to make sure everything gets lined up, because if you do it like this, it's going to shoot off to this side. It's going to be all uneven. So we're going to make sure we get this edge right here lined up with the inner lip of the wall right here. So we're gonna go ahead, drag this back a little bit, bring it over. We want to make sure we have just about the same distance. Looks like we do. Okay, so now we want to ensure that this does work, so we'll bridge all the way across just to make sure we have about the same space on the other side, because if we don't, something's not lined up right. So we do have about the same space over here, so we're golden. So we'll go ahead and go back. And again, you're going to want to store these, not scrap them, or else you'll just be wasting material. Now, a really important step is that you see these lines in here. These are center lines of the block itself. You'll want to center this line with this little notch in the lip right here. So let's go ahead and line this up. And you want to make sure when you're picking this up, you're not looking around with your right stick. You want to grab it with your left stick, or with your button, and then you're going to just walk back and forth. And as you can see, we're going to get closer and closer to that notch. And we want to make sure it gets lined up exactly with that. So just a little bit more. Right about, a little bit more back. I think right about here. Yeah, see, that's about perfect right there. You see it's about just lined up perfectly right here. That's what you want. So now we're going to grab our other wall. Actually, no, not just yet. We want to give this a little bit of a gap right between here. So we're going to drag this over about to here. Again, you don't want to be using your right stick to do this. You want to only use the left stick. And as you can see, we got about this much gap over here. So we're going to bring this wall, place it down, and you can see we're about to maybe have to do a little bit more, because it looks like that's a little bit bigger. So we'll bring this over just a hair. Okay, so now we have about the same amount of space on both sides. So we should be good with that front. Okay, so here comes the next important part. You gotta, again, make sure you're still lined up. You're going to go over to your miscellaneous, and you're going to grab the longer post, not the shorter one. You probably found a joke in there somewhere. We're not going to talk about it. And we're going to take this post in right between where these two foundations meet. We're going to put this right here. We're going to back up a bit. Now things will get a little weird, but don't worry. We're going to hold our select button on the post. Now you see it shoot up like this. You're like, oh, my hard work is gone. No, we're just going to look straight down. We're not going to move our left stick or anything. We're just going to look straight down. And as soon as it starts to disappear in the ground like that, like you see when those back borders, I'll have some arrows pointing at them. Once they go under on the left, right about there, you're going to place it. So I'm going to look up just a little bit higher, right about here. And there you go. So you'll see these kind of line up just in there, just the right way. We're going to put the post away. We don't need it anymore. So now we can bridge all the way across and make sure everything gets in there just right. Because I've had a couple of issues with this. As you can see right here, this is our problem child. Doesn't always want to line up just right. So we'll actually go back and we're going to get our post. Put it back in the front here. I think right about here should be good. We'll hold A. At least I'll hold A, but whatever select button you have, you'll hold it. And you see it doesn't want to work, so I have to detach all of these. So we'll look up just a tad bit more. Just about there. This should be good. Let's go ahead and test it before we remove the post again. Because this has been our problem child, is that one little corner. There we go. And now it snaps. As you can see, it's a little ugly though. We don't like it looking like that, but whatever. What can we do? There you go. And sometimes you get some problem childs like this. You just want to kind of move around. See what you can do to get it in there. And let's see. Come on. There we go. You just got to rotate, look around, move around. Because I know a lot of people in the comments before, they used to say, hey, it doesn't want to work. I can't get it to line up like you did. All I'm saying is you got to... This is a very finicky build. You have to really work with it. So we could try to do this again. It may not work. Yeah, it's not going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, whatever. We'll just go with it. Okay, so if you just want the wall, I'll show you how to do that. We'll jump down. We're going to grab these regular walls from the warehouse walls. Place it down here. We're going to grab this foundation. We're going to bring it down. And if you can't see the floor, like if it's off the screen like that, it will not snap to the wall. You want to make sure you can see the floor. And now it'll snap. And then you can go ahead and store the wall away. Okay. So bring this down. Can't really see that one behind here, but I'll move around so you can. Here you go. We'll grab this one. There's the snap. Grab this one. There's the snap. Grab this one. We're going to go around the other side. Or not. Let's see. Can I get through here? Come on. There we go. We got through there. It's really weird. So we'll go ahead and drag this wall down here. This one down here. And then lastly this one. And then we'll go ahead and get back up top. So we'll go ahead and place this wall right here. Here. There you go. And just go ahead and fill everything in. And there you go. There's your first wall right there. Now again, the end of the video, I will have the warehouse build, but right now this is just how to fix the walls. So here's the first wall, not that bad. Again, getting this one to snap into place is probably the hardest part of the entire build. So we're gonna move on over here. You can do either of these first. I like to do the other one over here first. So we'll go ahead, start over this way. And it doesn't really matter where you place this one, okay? Like I said, the hardest part's out of the way. Once we get that done, we're good. So we're gonna go ahead and place this down, get it lined up. Right about here. Yeah, that should be good. And then again, we want to do the same thing with about this, the amount of space. So give it about this much space right there. Go ahead and place this one over here. And we'll place a wall here, a wall there. I say wall, but I mean it's floor. We're gonna grab our post. And we're going to drag this into the ground just a hair. So I'm looking at those front edges. I'm waiting for it to come right above it. Right about there should be good. We'll go ahead and store the post away. What I'm looking for is I want to make this kind of flush. I know we can't do it over there because of the way that wall works, but we can do it on these two just because they're not that finicky. And we'll go ahead and fill in this floor right here. And there you go. That's all you want to do. You want to skip this corner because if you put this one right here, now you can't put artillery or anything fancy right there. But don't worry, we're going to fix that later. Actually, if you're going to be building this wall, since we're going to be doing the post glitch over there as well, we're going to bring this one back to about here. So just before where it dips down, you'll stop right there. So let's go ahead and go over here. All right, so we're going to grab our floors. We're going to come over to this side over here. And we're going to line this up, let's say about right here. Should be fine. Make sure it's nice and straight. All right, we're good. And again, we're going to do the same thing on both sides. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of a gap though. So about here should be good. Go on the other side to verify. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be super perfect on this side again, just because of the warehouse build right here. That one has to be really, really, really like perfectly lined up. If it's not, we're screwed. So this one will be fine. Actually, like I said, my brain's screaming at me right now, so we'll bring it to the left just a tad bit more. And that should be good. Yeah, that should be good. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring these out. Two more. We'll grab our tall post again. We're going to bring it over here. Put it right in front of these foundations. We're going to hold our select button. Oh, and we are grabbing these damn stairs. Okay, so we're going to hold our select button. There we go. That's the problem. And we're going to go down just until we can't really see where it's going to disappear. Where is the edge? Okay, well, that's perfect. So you just want to bring it down so you get like right below this edge. You can see how it's kind of right there. Oh my goodness, this is such a horrible angle. Okay, there. Okay, so you see this is like the ground level. You want to have this just barely above that. So now we should be able to bridge this across without a problem. Before we go any further, we're going to bring these back out. I thought we were going to do something different, but we didn't. Okay, that was a failed jump. There we go. All right, and then we're going to bring these forward. All right, so we can actually take this one up and put it right here, maybe? No, right here? Whatever, store that away. For some reason, when you pick up certain blocks, it doesn't let you place them down. But if you place a new one, it does. The game's really weird sometimes. It's like it's really not wanting me to work right here. Come on. Okay, so what we'll do is actually... There we go. We'll do this, do that. And we'll hit it with... whatever, that's good enough. It fits. Okay, so just as long as you get both of these connecting like that, you'll be good. Doesn't always have to be perfect. I think that's pretty much it for this part. Now we do. I love this game. We're gonna go ahead and jump down here, and we're gonna do the same thing to get these lined up. We're gonna go grab a wall. Sometimes you can snap them to the sides of here. We'll grab the foundations above us. Bring it down. Again, you have to be able to see the floor for it to snap. So we'll grab this one. I'm actually going to store this away for now, because this is making me all weird. There we go. Bring this one down. It should snap. Well, actually, we don't have to do that one because there's no gap back there. So we'll bring this down. I don't think this one snaps. It might. No, it doesn't snap right there. So this is the only gap you'll have, but you can build something in front of there. It's not too big of a deal. Grab this one, go ahead and put that away, and then we'll fill in these walls right over here. And that is pretty much it. I'm not gonna lie, the castle looks a lot better. So let's go ahead and add these stairs back up here just so I can climb up. In this game, there we go. So would you look at that? That is beautiful. We have our castle walls all repaired. No baddies are going to be able to get in here and take us on. We're all good. Let me show you the outside seam of this. As you can see, everything's filled in. And again, like I said, with the texture of these foundations, it does really kind of blend in very well with these default textures of the castle itself. I know it's not exact. You can definitely tell it's there. But the point is, it does look a lot better than the shack foundation. So yeah, like you see, everything just fills in nice and well. Alright, so I mean, at this point, you know, if you're happy with the build, you're good. But if you're ready for the shack build, we're going to go ahead and hop into that. So this one gets a little interesting, I'm not going to lie. So these 4 center pieces, we're going to remove these. Okay. And then things get a little crazy. So we're actually going to place one of these back down, snap a wall. We're going to snap a half wall to the top of this, like that. We're going to store the foundation away again. We're going to grab a regular wall and go ahead and put the half wall away. The reason why this is because you want this floor to not snap up exactly right with this. You want it to be a half wall below. So we'll take this, we'll place it down here, get rid of that wall, place these down, and now you got the main piece that you need. So we'll branch out from here, and then a little 2x8 on each side of these foundations, if it'll let me place. There we go. We'll go ahead and jump up here. Same thing on the other side, 2x8. All right, perfect. So we got the main layout that we need. Now I like to make sure that all my floors are in place before I start, and to get this centered, you want to place down one of these right here, or you can do the 1x1, either or, I believe. I just like to do this just because it makes it snap easier. And we'll bring this across, store that away. So now we have our little bridge set up between this gap, and now we want to use these walls right here. Sometimes they snap in right. There we go. And this is why I said everything wants to be nice and lined up properly, because we are kind of getting this to clip into the wall here. It's really kind of finicky. Sometimes it doesn't work. There was a part that I was worried about for a while because I couldn't get something to snap in, but we'll get to that later. So we'll place this here. Now we're actually going to go over to doors, and we're going to get the big garage door. Again, this is all optional for you. You don't have to do this. You can put a regular door or whatever, barn doors. It doesn't really matter. But this is just the general build of this. So we'll place this over here, this over here, and we're gonna grab these big windows because I like to see out and everything. Just gotta scroll a little bit. There we go. Gonna grab these and place up here as well. If you can't reach something, it's always good to look like this because this thing does scale out. If you hold down your select button and move your left stick, you can move these around like that. But they only do on the X and Z axis. So you want to look straight ahead and then look up, and then you can place it. So we're going to do the same thing with these right here. And then we're going to do the same thing with this. Put that right there. And then I believe we use the regular little sloped pieces. Where are they at? Here we go. We put one right here. And then we put one right over here. And this is pretty much a mirror image of itself, but we're going to go ahead and grab a roof right here and one more right over here. Scroll down back over to walls. And now we want to use this piece right here. We're going to snap this up there. And we're going to snap the other one over here. It'll let me. There we go. And then we're going to go back to roof. I think it's this one. Yeah. We use this one right here. Scroll over to walls, And then we're going to use the half wall. Where is it at? There it is. We're going to put a half wall up here and a half wall right up there. And then we're going to take a half wall window like this, and we're going to place it up here. Sometimes this one is really funny. It will do this or it'll do this. Again, you just got to try to rotate it around, and there you go. It'll snap into place. There you go. And then we'll go ahead with the roof. And then for this one, I like to use the ones with the struts or whatnot, because it looks nice to have that bracing. So we pretty much already got one side of this done almost. It's not that hard to build. We'll go ahead and do the other side as well. But over here, the only difference mainly is that we're going to use an open barnyard door type style. And then we're going to scroll all the way over and use our solid walls on the bottom level. And then we're going to do the same thing again. So we're going to grab our walls. So we'll put one regular wall right here. One regular wall right there. We're going to go over to our slanted walls. That way we can put the roof on top. One of these here, one of these there. Then we're going to scroll over, and we want this kind of glass wall to go on top of here. And then we want to go over here, grab these, and put these on top of here. Then we're going to scroll down to roof. We're going to go back to the regular roof. We're going to put one here, one up here, one here, one right there. Then we're going to grab this roof, scroll up. It'll let me. Put this up there. So you can't reach up. Oh, actually you can. It's just kind of weird. Doesn't want to let me. So we'll do this. Look up. It'll snap. Do this. Look up. And it'll snap. And then now we go back over to walls. We're going to go over to our half wall with the window in it. This one right here. Scroll out. There we go. Just going to fight with that angle a little bit. There you go. And then we're going to get that really interesting piece. I don't know what to call this. Kind of like some kind of weird, like fancy rectangle. Okay, where is that even going? What in the world? There you go. Get that put up there. So now we get like the main structure of each side. Now we just have to get up to the second floor and finish that part. But first things first, we're going to grab our solid walls right here. It may be easier to do this from the second floor, but I'm going to do it from down here. Put one here. One there. Go around here. Put one here. And lastly, one right there. Just because I want to go ahead and add the stairs in. That way we can get up there easier. So you'll take the stairs and put it not in the middle of this, but to the edge. Scroll over to your floors. Grab your little 1x1. Put it here. Grab some more stairs. Bring it over here. And then go back over to your 1x1. Put it here. Grab some more stairs and put it there. And then you can, if you want to make it look nice, you can grab these supports and put them underneath. And I like to put them at the base of the top stair. So right here and right here. So we'll go ahead and climb up. Alright, so with this, we'll go ahead and use these roofs right here. Just go all the way across. Then we're going to go back to walls, and then this should be the finishing touches after this. So we'll grab these big barnyard doors like this. Sometimes it doesn't want to snap right. There we go. Okay, it's really wanting to go everywhere. There you go. And now we just got to do some of the finishing stuff here. So we'll grab these, fill this in. And then the pieces over here you'll want to use are these. So I think this one goes on this side. This one goes on this side. There you go. You're just gonna kind of fight with it. There you go. So now everything's filled in. And then for the fencing or the railing, we actually go over to the concrete stuff. And at the end of here, they have these little fancy rails that I like to use so much. Put one here, there, there. Just gonna follow where I'm placing these. There you go. And we'll do some on the sides of here as well, because you don't want to fall off when you're going down the stairs. And then we'll go back over to warehouse. We're going to grab our support posts. We'll put one right here, right here, right here. But these still don't touch the ground, so you'll take the smaller one, snap it to the bottom of these. And this one does reach the ground because it goes to this right here. So that's pretty much the interior of the warehouse right here. Now we have to do the scaffolding, so we'll actually remove these two front pieces. This is pretty easy. All you gotta do is snap the scaffolding in place. And to do that, we'll just do, should let me, there we go. We'll do this and do this. Under the floors, we'll get the 2x2, or just really one of these. Come on, work with me. So what I did here, let me go ahead and do this right now. I'll snap these in place. Oh yeah, you actually have to remove these walls for these ramps to snap, so we'll do that. So there you go. We got all the ramps in place now, so we'll go over to the warehouse, go back to walls, go back to the big barnyard door. So we got this one right here, and we got this one right there. Okay. And what I did essentially with this is I snapped these scaffolding frames against the concrete floors. And then I put the little 2x1 in here so we can snap the ramps in. So now we can, well, we don't need these anymore, so we can actually scrap them. There we go. We can go back to floors and put down our giant concrete floor here. It'll let me, there we go. And now you have your ramps there. And I know I didn't do it on this side, so we'll actually store away the metal door and store these. We're gonna go back over to scaffolding. We're going to grab our frame. It'll let me. Can we snap in place? We can with that one. There we go. We can do this one as well. Get our 2x1. You have to fight with it a little bit. There you go. And there we go. And as you can see, the little 2x1s do snap in place just fine. We'll grab our ramps. Put this in here, 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 and here. Doesn't look like they went far enough, but you can keep adding to them at the end. And that should be good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and scrap these again. Okay, and then we'll go back over to the, where's it at? Warehouse, floors. Put this one here and this one here. All right, that's that. Now we'll go over to doors. We've got our garage door. We put that back. So now if we open up the garage, we can go down this ramp right here. And you can see everything just kind of comes together. Oh, I'm out of the building thing. Okay. But there you go. That's how you build the warehouse, how you repair the castle walls. That's the full tutorial, boys and girls. Now I gotta get back in there. As you can see, it's not easy to get back in the castle now because, well, there is walls there. I'm surprised they never added ladders in this game, but then again, I see how they added those in Starfield and we don't really enjoy it too much. But as you can see, the castle walls are repaired, and this place looks a hell of a lot better than it did when we first got here. So that should be it for the video, boys. This is going to be the last rendition of how to repair the castle walls and even how to implement some really cool stuff into the build. So if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.